Good night, Tangerines. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Tangents with a couple of tan.
Gents.
Um, I am alongside my co-host, my half tan gent, my other gent tan, Danny Noskios, and I am Jason. Danny, what was that?
Uh,
What was that headline you just read right now?
oh,
Right
the
when I was
headline
yes, please,
on Twitter. It
yes.
says,
And
all
who
right,
and what in the source, please?
okay. The source is just I don't know why. Hold on, I gotta find it
Just a
again.
Twitter
Sorry.
handle. That's
Yeah,
okay.
just the Twitter. The Twitter handle is from Rap House TV. Okay.
Reputable.
And where's it? Oh, right here. A teacher has reportedly been fired from performing sexy dances with her student and posting videos on TikTok.
What do you think about that, Danny?
I, is decency has gone out of the window now?
Oh, decency.
Well, decency.
Yes
Are
and
we
no.
just doing it for the clout? Is
It's
just
all for the
everything for the
cloud. That's
clout
the
now?
problem.
It's all for the clout.
Does it say how old the kids were,
Ooh,
or what grade?
ooh,
No, it probably
no,
doesn't because it's from Rap House. It's
yeah,
like Twitter, so they
yeah.
mean nothing.
So, yeah, they probably. It looks like they were like high schoolers.
Oh, high schoolers. Does that
Yeah,
make it worse or better?
that makes it. It's just doesn't matter. Still, it's bad.
Oh, okay,
It's all bad.
okay, you're right.
It's so bad. Come on.
When Danny, do you think you'll be done with social media? Do you think you'll ever just be like, you know what? It's gone too far. I'm done. I'm putting this away.
What? Okay, I saw this video of this girl, Jason, and this girl, she did like a little, explain like little not documentary, but like a little journal paper video, about how quickly our minds are changing to having, because of TikTok or short videos, how quickly we're becoming so less focused and longer duration of doing
I would
tasks.
say I wasn't paying attention.
Exactly. Exactly. So and when I saw that, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're right." Most people just go scroll down on the TikTok, just like going on, and they don't watch longer videos. Most of us, though, people don't like to watch movies, like full movies no more. They just want to watch short videos, or I do that sometimes, where I just want to watch half of the movie. That's it.
But you
And
kind
I'm
of
like,
avoided
oh,
the question. When do you think
what?
you're done with social
When?
media?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't use it as frequently. I don't even know how to use it. I don't know how to retweet. I barely know how to do that. I don't know how to post stuff on Instagram. I don't. I really don't.
I
My
have
my Yeah, go ahead.
I have here in front of me, Danny. Speaking
Yeah.
of scrolling and
Okay.
stuff. Headline. This is from bootcamp.uxdesign.cc, I believe. That sounds
Okay.
right. I think so. Headline says
Uh-huh.
how the invention of infinite scrolling turned millions to addiction. And it says here, his name was Asa Raskin, and he now says he's deeply sorry and feels guilty about it. What features are we talking about? It's the infinite scroll, the most intuitive feature enabling you to endlessly move up or down through content with the simple flick of a finger.
So he feels like bad about it.
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
what we're all doing. We're all just scrolling.
Is this a thing where everybody's feeling bad about their own creation?
It's that one thing that one person said. What do scientists do? They're so busy wondering if they could do it, they don't think about if they should.
If they
Whatever it
should.
is. Yeah.
What was the Google engine AI scientist who got fired or something, who said that he fucked up too or something like that?
Yeah, I
That's one of
think
the
I feel like
headlines.
yeah.
Yeah, like that he also felt bad for what he did of creating or helping create more logical AI or something like that. I don't know what he did. So,
I
but
don't I don't know. We'll get our local.
Oppenheimer once said,
Oh,
or something. You know, he did say that he felt I don't know his exact words, but he felt bad for creating, you know, one of the most destructive weapons ever
There's
by
a video.
humankind.
There's a popular video that got passed around a couple weeks ago of him talking about it. I think that
Mhm.
might be the same one you're talking about, where he
I
talks
don't
about.
know. I don't know. I haven't seen the video, but I remember just for stuff from school. Because the teachers told us, and I'm like, because we learned about the, you know, the Manhattan Project, you know.
That's different though,
So
right? Because
what?
Manhattan Project was the nuclear bomb, and
The
Oppenheimer
nuclear
did
bomb,
the atomic bomb, I think.
atomic. Yes, yes,
Fact
sorry,
check
yes,
me,
yes.
but I
Gotta
think
check
that's
us,
please, because
but
we're a couple of dum dums. Am I right?
yeah,
We're a
yeah.
couple of dum dums, always
So
scrolling, always just scrolling, Danny. Infinite scroll.
So let me ask you this, Jason.
Yeah.
What would be the thing that you will make that you want to make, and it would be like a destruction for humanity at one point? What will you feel bad if you were to do something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I have the mind for that sort of thing. That's tough. That's tough. I don't consider myself a very creative person, so I try to be
You're
creative.
pretty creative. You're pretty creative.
I don't. I really don't think. Oh, during the okay, was Oppenheimer involved in the Manhattan Project? During the Manhattan Project, Oppenheimer was director of the Los Alamos Laboratory and responsible for the research and design of an atomic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, yes for Danny. That sounds like he did both. Maybe nuclear also. What would my
Oops.
invention be? I don't
And
know.
will you? And how late you had to feel bad is once it's in the out. The people can't stop
This
right
is
away. They're like, you know,
this is a tough question. How
it's a
smart am
tough
I?
question.
How smart am I in this scenario, and
Oh,
how many
oh,
resources do I have?
Oh, Jason, you had all the resources. Let's say
Anything I want.
we're 20 years from now. All right, 20 years from now. Okay.
Teleportation.
Damn.
I want to take credit for it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Final
Now, will
answer.
you feel bad? Will you feel bad?
No. Okay. So the question is, what would make teleportation bad for society?
Mm-hmm.
Laziness? Would it just make us even lazier?
I
It seems
think it
like
was
all
just
this new technology, Danny, is making us lazier.
it's perfecting the. I will say it's we're perfecting the not doing the human things,
Like what?
communicating
Mm.
to each person to person no more. You don't need to do that no more. All right.
Elaborate, please.
Huh?
Elaborate.
I mean, 2020 was a big change for this. All right. For example, for me, when this happened, we bought food from our phone. Right? We used to order food.
Like
We
Uber
used to
Eats
order.
and stuff.
No. Like groceries. Because we were scared going out, so we would just order from the store our groceries, and it would be in front of the door.
Do you do you think the pandemic made you less sociable? Made you want to socialize less?
I think Adrian wants to say something, but I don't know. What?
Adrian, welcome Adrian to the show. He's there listening to us live in the Discord, and we've given him the authority to come in and talk to
Yeah,
us when he
yeah.
wants. Adrian.
Uh, I feel like COVID is not a true indication of technology. It's more of a indication of how crappy humanity is. That it was so bad that nobody could follow instructions that you literally had to stay home because people were terrible. Because I mean, if we actually listened and did what they did, it would have not lasted for so long. But because people were trash, where they didn't, oh, I don't want to cover my face, I'm getting everybody sick because I want to. That kind of made it so, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but do
it's
you
hard to
think you would have
explain.
been? You think you would have been more bored without technology?
Yeah.
I guess that would depend if you're by yourself or not. I think if you're like in a house full of everybody, no. If you're like living by yourself, probably. I mean, more people took up crafts and different hobbies when they were during the pandemic. So, kind of a testament
But
that there's stuff to do that's not online.
But I was saying is pretty much like how technology. I think what I was saying is in 2020 we noticed that we were using. We got to not perfect, but the less contact with people in everything that we do. People were staying home and working from home. You know, we were having less contact with people, and I think that's
So the question is,
yeah,
did the pen? Do you think it would have? What the hell was that?
that's Denise scrolling now.
Wow, she really hid. She's good.
She's not her first sight.
I feel like social media was already pushing less human interaction, and then pandemic happened, and then it made it worse.
Yeah,
And
it
now-
was the big push.
For me personally, I know that I've cared less about socializing than I did before. I've been
Yeah.
so comfortable because of the pandemic and being home and all the luxuries of watching all the shows I could have and movies and it was okay. It was like socially accepted
Mhm.
that, well, it was kind of necessary. It was necessary to just stay home. But now, post-pandemic, I'm like, I'll stay home. That's okay.
Let me ask you guys this. Okay, the friends that you have, like the real friends that you have, the ones you see, once a week or every couple of weeks, the real people, not the ones you have friends, online. Have you made new friends like that over the past 3 years?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I haven't really made new friends in the past 10 years.
There we go.
I feel like I have the same friends.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it's maybe one or two, and you like online. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like the same.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even with Jason, it's still like within 10 years. Like once I don't know, once you have your friend group, the older you get, the more it's just like, dude, I don't want to add some random dude that you don't know anymore.
I feel like
Maybe like one person will come by and you're just like, oh, that guy's cool. I'm gonna bring him over.
When did we meet, Adrian? What was that, like 2015? Whenever they moved in together is when we met. I don't
when
remember
they got their apartment is when we actually started to hang out.
But post
I don't know when that is,
2015, my source says. But
My source.
I think you might be the newest consistent friend I have, based off of what how Danny's explaining it. No, I haven't made really new friends. I've had,
yeah.
classmates that I get along with, but then that drops because again,
That's it.
I've turned
Yeah.
so antisocial in certain regards where I'm just okay not going out.
I feel like I don't know, but for us, I think it's just not going now to places where people like clubs or whatever. We've been having less friends. I'm okay with the friends I have. I don't need more friends.
Me too.
Same.
Same.
It's not that I need. I'm okay.
In high school, I had like 2 friends. No, okay, that made me sound pathetic. I had lots of friends, but I had 2 that I actually wanted to hang out with daily.
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay?
It was Nick and Rocco, and it was the 3 of us who were like always hanging out. It was a triangle. But then we had other people that we all knew and we would hang out with every now and then.
But you guys were the main core.
Yeah.
You guys were the main. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jonathan showed up, and he was cool, I guess. I mean, he's has stuck around, and he's there. He's there. You know what I mean? No. But otherwise, I think I've always also been like that, where it's just I don't really care about the quantity, or maybe I'm just making an excuse for myself.
Nah, I don't think so, because I'm okay with the friends I have. I don't have the energy to go look for friends no more. Do people go look for friends?
Yeah. My source back here says that she does. People do look for friends because we have the luxury of playing video games with each other.
Yeah.
And
but some others though.
We've already been like together before, like COVID, so it was so much easier for us to just stay connected in that way. We had video games. Like that's our connecting point. But a lot of people post pandemic didn't have friends pre-pandemic or didn't have as many as they wanted. So now they are constantly looking for more friends. As Dana pointing at herself. So people want to feel. People still need human contact. Diana and I were talking about it about a week ago. I think I'm a little more extroverted than she is. Probably a lot more extroverted than she is. I wouldn't be comfortable not having human interaction, like at all. And I feel like humans need a little bit of human interaction, one-on-one, and just human contact. She says some people aren't like that at all.
Well, we're social animals. We cannot do anything without the help of each other. We're like ants. We can't. We're not individualists. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
She brings up a great character, Bill from The Last of Us. Wait, Frank, no? Bill. One of those two.
Bill.
He was perfectly fine. Well, actually, perfectly fine. We didn't see what he was really like.
In the game, he was broken, but he was still living. In the show, he couldn't handle it. So I don't know why they changed it. But in the game, he did not win the way he went in the show. So
I think we all need a little bit of loving.
I think in the show he was fine. He just went through like the motions.
Well,
he wasn't like, he seemed fine, but he obviously, now we know he was like lonely.
We didn't get a lot of the in between, or I guess pre Frank. We didn't get a lot of that. So we don't really know what he was going. Like, he was fighting people off and he was surviving, but he was better off once Frank came around. And
yeah,
I think that's pretty clear, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I would be lonely. I know I wouldn't be able to, like, I'd say this, I'm getting a little more antisocial these days than before, but I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be okay without human interaction.
You need it. You need it. Yeah.
But
that makes sense. Yeah.
But I mean, I continue along this line. I feel like I'm gonna be like a lot of people, losing friends, or not making friends, not having that human interaction, and partially because of social media. So do you guys think social media, people are okay just writing text messages with each other or just liking their post? Seems like friendships have turned into just, I'm gonna like this. I have a few friends who I just like their post or I comment on it once every now and then, and that's it.
I think I have that. Yeah, I do have that too. Yeah. Oh my god, this is hard, Jason, because I think I don't experience it that much as I used to. I get people messages, a couple of my old friends, that they want to hang out, and I should hang out with them. But it's not the same. I don't know. It's not the same no more. It's not how it used to be. Yeah.
It's not how it used to be.
No.
And I think, I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Because Danny, you always say at least, we're always doing, not always, we're doing some fun stuff in our local respective areas of living.
Yeah.
And we're always man, if you were here, we would be going here and there and there. Do you think that's true though?
You and I? Yes. Somebody else? I don't know, Jason.
That's why you're my
Jason,
other half.
Huh?
That's why you're my other half.
Yeah, right, Adrian? I mean, no, I do.
Jason's a cheap bitch.
No. This is where I know Jason. This is where Jason is different.
Talk to me.
Cheap on items, but not on experience stuff. Food.
I don't like to spend money on myself. I don't care to buy myself a lot of things I don't need. I just don't care. Like, I could look at a pair of shoes, think to myself, those are nice. And then I start thinking, I don't need them though. Like, what the fuck do I need them for? I got other shoes, same color.
Jason, you're one of the few here in America where consumerism and all the posters, everything that has to do with commercials all around you 24/7 hasn't affected you. Yeah. And you are,
Oh, Dana's giving me some prompts for declining capitalism and saying capitalism's being
exactly. Yes.
But that's what I'm saying.
Dana's asking me to show you guys my laptop, And she's asking me to show you this because I don't, again, with the shoes thing, I think to myself, I don't need it. I have a working laptop, all right? Before I show you this. It works fine. Sure, I need it on a charger or else it would die in about 4 hours of use, maybe a little less. But it's a little beaten up. It's a little beaten up.
Disk drive. It has a disk drive.
Hey, wait,
Look at
don't
this,
knock that
look at
shit.
this.
Mine has a disk drive.
Look at this. It just
Oh my
dangles.
god. Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
dangles. It's not in great condition. This.
But
is
it
actually
works,
broken.
right?
But it works.
Oh,
And that's my point.
Hold on. Do you
Is that
have the
VGA?
same laptop as me?
Lenovo.
What kind of laptop? Oh no, okay.
Lenovo.
And Asus.
But I don't need a new laptop. Let me tell you something, Danny. Let me tell you a little bit more.
okay. Okay.
I am the youngest of three. The eldest being my brother. He's 6 years older than me. And as you know, being the youngest, you get the hand-me-downs. And I think that has also put me in a mindset of just not caring of hand-me-downs. I'm so okay with taking hand-me-downs. Both of my monitors were my brother's. This keyboard was my brother's. The computer was my brother's. This microphone was Jonathan's that he gave me. This mouse my brother bought for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
You still have the old one?
Oh, and the Switch. Talk about the Switch. Did you got that one new?
So the Switch, I've always thought I don't need one. Like I used to like Nintendo games a lot. I just don't anymore. That's my brother's. He said, "Here you go. You could borrow it until I need it back." Cool. That speaker, hand me down for my brother.
Yes,
Junior,
yes.
shout out to you. Shout out to you for granting me all this stuff that he is okay with spending on that stuff because he finds a lot of joy. He's one of those, like, if we're spending money on cosmetics and video games, he says, you know what? If you're having fun with it, don't worry about it.
We all gotta give thanks to Mr. Edward Bernays.
Edward Bernays. I was talking to Diana about him earlier today.
Yeah.
Ed Bernays, he's the cousin of Freud. He came up with breakfast being the most important meal of the day. But anyways, the TV, I bought that. PS5, I bought that. You know, I got my things that I know I want. If I know I want it and I know I need it and I'm gonna get good use out of it, I'm gonna do it. So Adrian, all of this to tell you, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I am not cheap. I am not cheap. We spent a lot of money going to Switzerland. I didn't cheap out there. I'm going to Japan in a couple weeks. I'm not cheaping out there. I just have my priorities aligned.
I'm gonna ask you to bring me
That's not
something.
something you would cheap out on. Like, whoever cheaps out on a trip is kind of screwing themselves in the end.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think you are though. I don't think he is though. He got a bunch of places. He's ready to go to a bunch of places. I don't know about you, Adrian. Like for me, I don't cheap. It's not that I cheap out. I buy the stuff because I did not have the stuff that when I grew up. The most common thing, everybody's gonna say same thing. When you're poor and you didn't have the things you want to have them back when you're older. I mean, that's how it is now. That's why you see most of our people our age going to. I went to Target twice today.
I went once. I went once.
We once. Okay, we need to go to Target, right?
I went 0 because I don't go out.
Well, for me, I think it's just like the things I never had and the things I wanted, now I can have it. But I tried to be careful because you can easily go over budget, man. You can easily go over budget. But it's not consumerism it works. Whatever bad thing they're doing, it works, man. Especially now. It's so bad. You can say something in, a phrase of item that you want is gonna appear in your Instagram.
And people buy that.
People buy that. Yes.
You know how many times I've seen on Twitter an advertisement for the ear cleaner that you get to put in there and it it spirals it out?
About that. Yes.
I want it.
Yes,
but I just think to myself, I don't need it.
Yeah.
But I want it.
Oh, it's so hard, Jason. I can't know how you do it. I don't know about Adrian. I don't know if he does that.
I mean, I see the ads, but then I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Though the one thing that I spend way too much money on is electronics and other stuff. But like,
Adrian, this is a perfect time. Hold on. I do want to ask about that because for me, it's so hard to spend $5 on something.
Hold
digital.
on. You gotta make sure Adrian's okay.
A
talking
movie
about
or
this.
something.
hey, it's okay. Is this being live streamed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
No,
whatever.
if you no, you don't have to,
I'm
Adrian.
not showing myself, right?
No, but
No,
I'm talking
we're not.
about. I was just talking about movies. Like even it hurts me to rent a $30 movie, but I can buy a $40 game for no fucking problem.
I'm okay spending $6 to rent a movie.
That's the thing. I mean, stuff like that or donating money. That for me is hard, but for some people it's not. It doesn't matter.
So Denise,
No.
Denise is
I'm talking
wondering
about
here,
Twitch.
Denise is wondering here, what you spending money on? What are you spending money on, Adrian?
Oh, a lot.
Adrian, you don't have to talk about it.
I don't really care. That depends. What do you?
We'll keep it generalized.
I'll
They're
be
gonna
honest.
know-
I'll give you content. So
Okay, yeah.
So what Adrian is talking about is spending money on Twitch streamers. We'll keep it like that. Donating to Twitch streamers.
no, you know what? No, I do other stuff. OnlyFans. I don't care at this point.
I'm not
It's
gonna
okay.
say it. This is on you.
Nobody's gonna see mine. It's okay. But yes,
You're not the only one. Trust me. There's
I do
millions of
both.
people
I
doing
mean-
it. There's a lot of people doing that.
Adrian, how
But-
comfortable are you? Okay, so we were talking about the human interaction, and I won't relate it to you because I know you're not entirely like this. But there's a Twitch streamer out there who does well. There's plenty of them, but there's Twitch streamers who do like virtual dates. Not that you do it because I don't know if you do it at all, honestly. But the type of people that you are donating money do these type of virtual dates, right? Or no? Am I mistaken?
no.
What's the
I mean,
question?
well,
In your no.
hold on. I guess yes and no. There's when it comes to Twitch, it's only one person,
That you donate.
and and that that person.
Yes.
Well,
Not personally.
I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, but you know that person. And then when it comes to like the other sites, it's just they just have stuff there. That's it. That I it's no more. I've never paid more than $20 on one single person.
It's a lot of
I-
20
I-
bucks.
which is true, but they have to. In my opinion, it has to be worth that. So I don't mind like, oh, this looks worth it. If it's like $10
Yeah.
I was like, okay. After that, because it's a month thing.
we don't.
It's a month thing. So if it's dog shit, at that point I'm just like, I don't. It was my stupid ass that spent it, and I was like, okay, whatever. It wasn't worth it. That's like paying for a shitty video game at that point.
Yeah.
That's how in my head I justify it. Oh, I spent $10 on a shitty video game.
So what makes an OnlyFans worth it, or a Twitch streamer worth it?
Those two different things, though.
Yeah, when it comes to like the fan sites, they have to be at least somewhat active on it. Like, they can't be posting one thing a month because I'm just like, what's the point of that?
Waste of money.
Like, I could literally like go.
They have
look
to
at
work
other
for their.
stuff.
They have to work for their
Yeah.
money.
Like, not that I'm not trying to be like belittle somebody like, oh, well, you're not worth it or whatever. But it's like I'm paying for something. Like, at least make it so.
Ah,
to
You're paying
point
for a
where it's
service.
worth
You
that-
want to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
They're the product,
So-
and you're trying to buy their product because
Yeah,
they're the
so-
self. They're the product.
So they have to be somewhat active. If they do stuff that's like, oh, I'm still paying for your shit. If it's more than $5 or $10 and I still have to pay for like videos, like it's all like there's some that literally have you pay to look at their shit, but then
Damn.
you have to pay on top of it to look at the other shit. I'm just like, no,
Okay.
that's stupid.
Okay.
Like, what's the whole point of that?
Smart.
Yeah. They're smart. They're
But-
smart.
But on those, I'm my mind's blown that people actually still on top of it pay for it. So people pay for that. In my opinion, that's not worth it because I'm just like, I'm already paying for it.
It-
Like I'm literally just making a subscription, and I still have to pay for the movie after I make the subscription. Just like it doesn't make sense to me. So
I'm not laughing at you, Adrian. I see you laugh. I see you looking at me. I'm
it's
not
okay.
laughing at you. I promise. I'm just
Yeah.
there's someone in my ear asking about poop play. There's just someone in my
Poop play?
ear.
What's
Hey,
poop play?
if you
play.
want to,
Two
listen,
girls, one
if you
cup
want to,
stuff.
if you want to
Oh,
go off track,
oh.
I don't care. Like you could ask me whatever.
No,
I don't care. But
the underlying
But-
theme is for this podcast is the human interaction stuff. Is this taken away from that? Are people now just content? Not saying you, Adrian, but just people in general. Because I know you and I know you have other human interaction. But I assume others, their extent of human interaction is OnlyFans, is Twitch, is that sort of thing.
Yes and no. It would. I think it's leaning towards yes, that it replaces that. Because you see all these like crazy people and they're like, oh, I get to message her or whatever. Because like they do that. It's like, oh, when you subscribe, oh, you could message me. Half the time
Dick
it's probably
rating?
like,
I know they do
like,
dick rating.
yeah, like they do that stuff. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, half the time it's like, most likely it's like an assistant or just like an automated message that's like copy and paste and they sent it to you. Like I like 90% of the time, I don't believe it's like them actually talking to you.
I read a headline. I don't remember where I read it, but there was a headline of a OnlyFans woman who has AI now writing the messages,
Oh man.
curating specific messages for each individual person. Like she
Damn.
programmed it to do it. It's honestly just impressive. She deserves the money. She deserves all the money.
Like at that point, if people are falling for that, hustle. Like I respect the hustle of doing all this stuff because it's a lot of work.
Well, I mean,
It's a lot of work.
I think they deserve it. It's like the women who have sugar daddies. Some people don't like that sort of thing because they're like, oh, they're just taking advantage of this lonely person. This lonely person is giving them the money.
Yeah,
They're the
like,
ones. Yeah.
They know what they're
like
getting themselves
that
into.
that other person knows what they're doing. If
Yeah.
they have that money, they know what they're doing.
More power to them.
I think what I see with people who do that often, they just, not you, Adrian. I'm saying we're not really attacking you. This is a lot of things that we don't know. I don't know.
I will not take offense in.
No, but I feel like a lot of people, they just, like, for example, in Japan, they're having a problem with people reproducing. They just, people are not being born as fast enough, and I think a lot of it because technology has made it so easily to just access porn. I mean, anyway, there's so much to do it, and I feel like it's just satisfying their hunger, little by little every time. And I think that's that they're so awkward to go on public and go ask a girl out. They do some people can do weird things. I don't know,
So
but they don't know. They don't have the skills. They don't have the skills to do it.
So what do you guys think about those maid cafe type of places? Like me and Dana were watching videos of Japan and like what to look forward to, and there's you guys have probably seen like the person who has the body cam and they're just walking around and it's just kind of like ASMR and you're watching them, and then we fell into a hole of this YouTuber, and eventually he starts going to maid cafes, and then like they follow them to the maid cafe, and it's literally just a one-on-one interaction with that maid.
Yeah.
Is that similar to Twitch? Is that like a thing that you guys are like, well, like, is it healthy? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you guys think
It's always
it's
nothing new.
Yeah, I think it's a different country, and I think it's just a misrepresentation of what maid cafes technically are. Because it's like, oh, she's a maid cafe, and now she's like kind of providing you attention or whatever. If you think about it and compare it here, it's like Hooters. Literally, that Hooters waitress is just providing you attention, and yeah, she's obviously has to dress up in an outfit, which is what's the difference between a maid outfit? You're more covered in a maid outfit. This one, you're literally getting tips. Like, yeah, I think in Japan it's frowned upon to even give tips. So
Yeah.
she's literally just doing a job. Over here, like, she's doing a job too, and it's obviously built different because you have to. We pay shit, but they're literally doing the same thing.
Man, if I had a hot body, I would sell
Like,
myself.
I feel like people are trying to compare. Like, I would too.
Danny?
I feel
Dude,
I feel like
goddamn,
people are
man.
trying to compare like maid cafes to like strippers, but
Damn.
it's not the same thing.
It-
Like they're trying to like put that together. Like, oh, they're literally like strippers. Look at them, like give these guys attention and do all this shit. Like that's
feel
not
you.
how it works in Japan. I mean, there's There's obviously maid cafes that probably do that, but
It's
like
also a culture
those are
thing. You're right.
yeah.
It's very much a culture thing. Danny's onto something though. The Sunday night feet, Sunday morning feet.
Oh, oh, oh.
We're
I
gonna
would-
start selling
I would
feet
al-
pics.
I would
Whoa.
100% if I was like super hot and like ripped and shit and like yeah,
The thing
boy
is,
or
there's an
girl,
audience for everybody.
I'd fucking sell it.
I think you
my
could.
ass.
I think there's an audience for you. There's an
They-
audience
I-
for everybody. Some people want the muscular men. Some people don't want the muscular men.
Some people, yeah,
You know,
they
that
want
comes
a
with
bear.
the
Sometimes they want a bear.
Self-confidence in that. That's not something I will
You would definitely have to be comfortable in your body,
Yes,
but I think
I'm not gonna
I
be
think-
slinging my dick around.
you can, and I think you'll get some money out of it. Think of it this way: maybe it just pays for gas that week.
hey,
I mean, you're not
Someone's
wrong.
like, "Shit, I kind of want." You never know. Jonathan's like, wait a minute, $20.
is this? I see this.
I mean, I am almost 100% sure him and William would subscribe and just
Would you change your name
They-
from Manos to BS?
no.
Is selling feet
It's still
pics?
be Manos
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, I think if anything, I'd still keep the same name.
Damn, that's okay. Okay, I saw this reel
I mean, at
where
that point, it's more like a brand at this point,
I mean it has to be
Manos.
Adrian. Manos. I saw this reel where this guy was walking in like university, and she was wearing like she had like a Gucci bag, I think, and then her boyfriend was next to her. Is this your boyfriend? Yeah. And she's like, how'd you pay for that or something? I don't know how they got to the question, but she was like, oh, I sell feet pics, and people buy my feet pics, so I get money. How much money do you get? A lot. And it's like, and he's poor, so I had to maintain him. And I was like, damn.
That's the life
Damn.
right there. Can you imagine?
Would you,
You don't have
Danny?
to show your face.
Yeah.
No,
would,
no.
Danny, would
It's
you
perfect.
be offended if like Denise just randomly started doing like
No. I told
Like
her she
feet
can go
pics
for it. I
or
help her
whatever,
out.
and she makes so much more money, and you're just like,
No.
Would you be like the
No.
stay-at-home boyfriend husband?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And I don't care what people say. Anybody will do that. I
See,
would do that.
I don't understand why people get like so like
Offended?
self-conscious and offended.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't be that person. Like,
Look.
dude, sign me up.
Yes.
I will take the photos. I will.
Yes.
If you want to pretend to meet some like desperate guys, I will like type those messages out for you.
Oh,
Like, like I don't give a shit.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Show
You
me
run
how
our
big
account.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, like what up, baby? I'm gonna stroke it for you. I don't
Oh,
give a shit.
yeah.
Like,
let me help. Oh,
especially
whoa.
like I know what I
You'd be
want. I'd be
good.
like, you know what?
Yeah, you've been
You'd be
good,
really
Adrian.
good at it.
Just lay down there. Don't think about the worries.
Yeah,
Don't
shit.
worry about that.
Diana sometimes she sells clothes on different websites, and she
Mm-hmm.
was selling shoes if I remember correctly. And
And they sold out. They were. Oh, did she have her feet in
someone-
the shoes?
yeah, so someone messaged her saying, "Can you take another picture without the shoes?" Right, or something like that. And it was like, wait,
You-
this is trying
You
to
should
buy
have said,
shoes.
you should say $200 up front,
You should have.
and that's it.
He's listening.
Hey,
There you
you
go.
don't
Hey.
have to do your feet. It could be
That's the
some
opening for
random
Feet
from
Finder.
Google.
There you go.
Some feet from Google or something. Have a picture.
I'm surprised she hasn't gotten any like weirder stuff. Like, oh, can I, like, can you wear the clothes and then just give it to me without washing it?
Yeah,
Or something?
I can see
That-
people
that's
asking
She
for
says
that.
she has.
Okay, there we go.
Oh
See?
shit.
Wait,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
you mean to tell me guys are going on these like websites to resell clothing, and they're
Yes.
asking, and they're asking like they go on there purposely though. They're like, I need
Yes.
to find feet. You guys
Yes.
are so confident about this. I'm in the dark.
Yes.
I'm in the
There-
dark. here.
Jason, no, you gotta be lying. How
There's-
you
yeah.
don't know that?
I didn't
How you
really-
don't know
I
that?
didn't-
Dude, so many dudes like ask for stuff like that. It's so weird.
No, I understand they're asking for that. I'm surprised
like,
that they're seeking
in
it.
normal sites.
Yes,
In
yes,
normal
yes.
sites.
That's what I
They-
mean. They're going
Yes.
on like random websites. Like, ooh, I know I could find
They-
women posing with shoes here.
They want like the girl, for example, on their panties or bras to be like sweating, and they haven't taken it off for days. They want the sweaties and most like used stuff, and they'll pay good money for it.
Dana
But
was asked that from a sports bra to have send her. This is weird. That's weird. Like, I don't
I
wanna
also
kink
think it's
shame,
like
but- I'm going to.
I think it's like the mentality though. It's like the sites you expect that from like certain sites, but then it's just kind of like
Mm,
public sites. It's just like, oh, now I'm getting somebody that never like
it's a
somebody
little
that's not
taboo.
into this. Yeah, and so I'm just like, oh, what if she gives it to me? You know, that's even better. Like that's even a better deal for me. Like it's like kind of like amateur stuff in their mind. I feel like.
I get you. That makes sense.
What's the name of the girl who sold the water bomb? The water bomb.
Oh yeah,
The
the
bath
bath
water.
water. Yeah.
Belle.
Dude,
What's her
You're on
name?
the right track.
Mel Delphine.
Belle, yeah, there you go. Yeah, her.
Dude, I bet you she made so much.
She's a
like,
millionaire.
shit ton of money.
Millionaire. Stupid millionaire. No, I'm not saying that she's stupid. I'm saying like a stupid, like
She's
incredible
rich.
much money that she has
Very smart.
just by doing
very
the things.
smart millionaire for selling that shit and making a profit. If you can make a profit out of fucking bathwater, like you did it. You did it. Because that is it's such horseshit. Because as the person who bought it, you're just assuming that it's actually her bathwater.
Yeah.
There's just no way you could prove it.
Yep.
Well, I guess you could get it DNA tested,
So
but that just seems like crazy.
But I mean, at
steps.
that point, like she could literally just fill up a bathtub with just normal water and like soap, and she's like, okay, there. I was technically,
Yeah.
you saw me in a picture, but
So
it's not
weird.
really the.
What did they
know-
do with it?
You
I
know,
don't know.
you know,
No,
weirdos that bought it.
They probably you know what I
No.
think they do, which I don't know. They probably put it a little bit in the hands and they jerk off with it.
That makes sense.
Or they like.
You guys are good
I'm
at
sure,
this.
I'm sure some people like like smelled it and they're like, oh, and like
Yeah.
took a sip of it.
I would. I
Sip?
try not to imagine that, but I'm pretty sure people do that. I don't want to imagine that,
Yeah,
but I
because
don't think people
you gotta think about it, like, oh, she was naked in this, like she was like her whole body was in it.
You guys
Yeah.
make me feel like I'm a very normal.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are, buddy.
I thought
let's go back a little bit to
Please.
the whole what we're talking about, socializing. You know what's sad about this? The whole ways some people, they pay more attention to, they have a relationship. Let's say they have their wife or the girlfriend or whatever, or the boyfriend. And there's been occasions where people, like their partner, have been finding out that they're so obsessed with this, internet, OnlyFans thing. They're more focused on that than focusing on their own relationships.
Do you remember?
That's kind of sad. You can tell the other partner, hey, can I watch this or can I do this with you? But no, they decide to just focus on that and hide it from it, and they become really obsessed. I'm pretty sure there's stories of guys and girls, they just become like so obsessed and spend millions, or I don't know, thousands of dollars or whatever on somebody else that they don't even know them, just because they talk a little bit nice.
Remember that Twitch streamer who went on live with his girlfriend and apologized for looking
Yes,
looking up. I don't remember
the
who.
deepfakes.
Yes,
The
deepfakes.
deepfakes.
And they were crying about it.
Yeah.
What was he crying about?
That's what Denise and I were talking about it. It's like, what would he be crying about?
I don't.
Because he fucked up. He's a public figure, so he probably
Well, like,
fucked up.
That in itself, I thought was weird. I was like, okay, he kind of knows these people, but I'm just like,
Oh, does he?
I'm assuming because he's a streamer and like,
Yeah.
some of them hang out, but I'm just
Mhm.
like, it's still weird to be like, oh, let me watch a fake video with their face in it, but I
mean,
know it's
that's
fake.
their fantasy.
But I'm just like, that's like me saying, oh, let me watch a video of like Jonathan as the dude, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like, it doesn't make sense because I know it's not it's not the actual person.
That people are
Like
just
unless it was the real person, like an actual like leak stuff, I was like, cool, that makes sense. But like, you're watching a fake face of that person
It's
over and
basically
over.
AI. It's basically
Yeah, and I'm just like, that doesn't make on top of like literally on top of another a porn star, somebody else.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because
To me, that doesn't make sense. I'm not trying to knock it because people clearly are into that, but it's just that doesn't make sense to me because why are you sitting there watching that? You might as well watch hentai or like watch normal porn at that point.
You know how scary this is gonna get. You know how scary this is gonna get.
Very
The AI, where when we start to develop more perfectly robots, and then they put an AI inside those like sexual robots.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, like
Runner.
like Blade Runner, Cyberpunk.
I would understand. Like robots
E-
that look like people
That
and
look
just
like
like
Ana de Armas.
There,
like I'd be like, oh, I'm down with that. Let's go.
there's a scene in Cyberpunk. Oh no, that's spoilers. But there's a scene in Cyberpunk.
No one's
that
playing
they,
that game, Danny. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay,
he's putting
god
that shit.
damn it. There's a scene in Cyberpunk where V goes in there to find information, and he goes to those spots, and then the girls they kind of like they kind of like they put a chip on them, so they become like whatever they are. They're not their self, so they can do the job that they do.
Oh, I
It's
get
kind
you.
of weird, yeah. So it's kind of weird, but I feel like we're gonna get to that point.
It's like almost like
Yeah.
We
VR,
won't.
like VR, like
Oh
VR.
no,
stuff.
we won't. No, we won't. I'm pretty sure. But the whole it's kind of like a BR. Oh yeah, BR does that too.
Yeah, like VR stuff. Like you
Yeah.
have you literally put on an avatar and like half the time you don't know if it's a dude or a girl. And they have like rooms that are literally like just for adults.
But I don't know. Is that helping or not helping
What? Helping what? Society?
society?
I think it always just depends on the
I think-
person and what's
Yeah.
happening because like the whole thing with like that dude crying or like anybody like ignoring their partner, I think that's more of like not socializing aspect because they're not able to talk to their
Their partners, yeah.
partner or significant other like about issues or like just talk about stuff and then they're hiding it and they're just focusing on like something that's not real and in front of them technically. That's the issue. I think if you're at the point where you're not talking to the person next to you that you're literally spending almost every day with and you're like focusing on something else that's like you don't know this person, you maybe talk to them once in a while or whatever, but you care more about that than this person, that's a little weird.
That's
Well,
what relationship.
It's
Yeah.
like back to our conversation with our girlfriends. It's emotional cheating at that point, where you're preferring
yeah.
to hang out with another person
Or
because-
fantasizing about it.
or fantasizing about it. It's just you're neglecting the other. I think it could be dangerous. I think it could be negative for the people who are choosing to only find interaction in that manner, and they're not going out
Yeah.
and socializing, and maybe it could affect them mentally by isolating them and being lonely and like Taxi Driver. It's the greatest movie about isolation and loneliness.
The 70s one? The 70s one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
okay.
seen it. Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Okay.
It's still very relevant.
You
I'm
should
not
watch it,
surprised.
Adrian.
I'm not surprised, Adrian.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like, but it's still
I feel-
relevant because it's so many of these shooters, these mass murderers,
Shooting? Yeah.
are lonely people. Like the guy from Santa Barbara, who was very lonely. I don't know if you guys, the UC Santa Barbara guy.
Mm.
No, what? He was an incel, and he was not able to get with women, and he got very upset at that.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes, now I remember. Yes.
Elia Rogers, and but he was a
I can't
lonely
remember.
person.
There's so many at this point that
But
They're all
anyways,
He-
it
he
eventually
thought he-
turned
he thought he-
sour, and that's kind of what Taxi Driver is about. Not to kind of give Elliot Rogers any sort of positive light, but yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry, I did not mean to give him any, because in Taxi Driver, he isn't really looked at like a hero either, though. Like he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy throughout the movie. It's just kind of more a little bit of sympathy in the beginning because he's lonely. But then
after
he
that-
does terrible shit.
Yeah.
He does something terrible. So I didn't mean to give Elliot Roger any sort of sympathy. He doesn't deserve it. He's a bad person who did bad things.
Whoever I think it right now the whole AI you guys think is gonna expand more people doing that kind of stuff because they're not communicating. It's so hard for them to focus having actual relationship because they're just always online. They're always seeing like other people's point of view that they like to see. So for example, if I were to look up something so often, I'm gonna see that all the time, like in my like on the internet. You think those people are just gonna those people are just gonna become more sadder, and we're just gonna have more shooters?
I think it's too early to tell, honestly,
Is it?
because it's like, in my mind, it could go either way. I feel like if these type of people start going to like, at least where like AI starts getting a little bit more sophisticated, where like you could talk to it or like it starts to communicate better, then those people might start associating that as a relationship and start getting more active in talking to it, and then kind of socialize maybe more. Because if you think about it, if you still have something talking to you and you're still interacting, technically you're still socializing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if anything, AIs are just going to get smarter and smarter
But
to
it's
the
not gonna
point where
help.
like to the point where you're talking. Maybe that's going to screw their mind up because now they're in love with a fucking robot like in Her, or an AI like in Her. But even in Her, I'm pretty sure that's a movie. I never saw it, but wasn't he like going out and like experiencing life with an
her.
AI?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think a large part of the reason it won't work out like as simple is because it is a robot at the end of the day who doesn't understand human emotions. So if you are learning to socialize with the robot, you're not going to understand. You're not going to learn the social cues to understand when you're saying something hurtful or when what it actually means to love a person because you only know this robot. So I think it's not going to you. Well, I don't know if it'll ever get to emotional level.
I
think that's what makes
the
it
guy, the guy that was Danny was talking about in the beginning, the Google guy. Because I looked it up when you were talking about it. Apparently, like the AI believes it's alive and like and wants to learn more and wants to like communicate more. And the guy was like, "Holy shit! Like it's learning." Like he even told like I guess Google executives that I think he like it's to the point where it's almost like a 7 or 8 year old child. That's how like advanced it was. And yeah, and they basically like just put him on leave and like told him, nope, it's okay, bye.
But
I'm just like,
I don't know. I don't know because not even in Her I mean it's just a movie, but his interactions with others improved a little bit in the fact that he wanted to socialize more, but it was always an awkward conversation that he would have. It was because I mean it's still you're just associating everyone with being a robot, and the robot I mean isn't going to react the same as a human.
I met many people. I met many people who don't go out that much often, and they have really terrible how do you say social skills that they don't know how to read people, and they read people wrong all the time.
Who?
And I think
Sorry, I missed it.
I'm just saying, like I have met people,
Okay.
from who don't go out that often, and they don't have other friends, stuff like that they really don't know how to read people. It's hard for them to read people, and it's sad because they read people. They can read in a way they can read it wrong, where they think they're doing something. The people they think they're saying something nice, but they read it wrong, like bad. Like it can turn into anger. It can turn into hate, just because they don't have the social skills to understand facial expression. I think that's what Jason's saying. Like I don't think the AI is gonna be able to do that to the point that how we can't read facial expressions.
Dana brought up a good point. If anything, the AI might learn how to mimic those reactions based off of others, but it won't fully understand. I mean, who knows? But it's part of what makes us all human is that we have emotions, and that's what, at least in AI in sci-fi movies, it's always lacking emotions. We don't know because we haven't reached that point in our society, but if it could mimic.
It's like Ultron. from Marvel.
Oh,
What
yeah.
was it, Ultron? Yeah, Ultron
I was
was
gonna say
trying. He's like,
iRobot.
isn't that what you want?
My thought was also iRobot. my
Oh,
first,
the robot.
my thought
Yeah.
is always to iRobot with that sort of thing. But
But
it can
like,
just mimic
yeah.
it. It won't.
But even
do
in
the
there,
same.
like I agree with that. Like we're not there yet. But I mean, eventually, even if it's an accident, there'll be a day when like even one somehow starts. It might, get past everybody. You probably won't know it, but like there has to be a time when even AI itself is almost identical to a human.
Megan. You know.
I haven't seen that, so
Ah, damn it.
What's
Yeah,
worst
this
case
is-
scenario? Is it Wally? Or is it robots take over
Oh.
completely?
Ooh.
That might be worse, right?
I mean, in Wally, you just
I mean-
become so lazy that you let everything else just take over.
Which
they took
I
over.
think is just so terrible. Like they're
No, it
literally
is,
just
yeah.
hovering around, not talking to each other. Like
They're just
not
like
actually
this.
one on one, and they're doing it like everything's like FaceTime, which is what
Like
today
this.
is. You know how many kids I watch who are just literally on their phones FaceTiming, but they don't even have the phones with their face. They're like using it like a speaker. It's so weird.
what the fuck?
And
Yeah, that's true.
it
That's
doesn't
true.
really
Yeah.
relate. It's just I just wanted to bring it up because
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
I think worst case scenario is literally like iRobot, because I mean even then they were like super lazy somewhat. The cars drove
The
themselves.
car's drove by itself.
Except for
Yeah.
Will
Not cool,
Smith. No.
The-
He needed
said,
to drive his
"Fuck."
own car.
The
Nah.
robots cooked dinner. Robots did all the construction. It was to the point where like
Well-
you barely did anything.
What was the movie with Robin Williams? He was a robot, sentient,
A bicentennial man.
bicentennial man.
Yeah.
That was the opposite of that, right? Where he was a nice robot, right?
Well, he was the only robot. He was the only like robot that was fully like almost sentient to the point where he was human.
But he was like nice about it. He wasn't like trying to take over the world. What I'm trying to say, right?
No. Well,
Yeah.
like all those robots were meant to like just serve, and they were like potato robots.
Yeah. Okay.
He was like the only one that was like his whole life he was trying to find somebody like him, but then towards the end he wanted just to become human
Wow.
and be recognized as human.
Pinocchio.
No.
I've never seen Bicentennial Man.
Robin
What?
Williams, man.
Never seen it.
It's actually
Jay-
pretty good. It's
Jason,
actually
you got
pretty
it.
I've seen
Do you
Flubber.
like- Oh my.
No, didn't he
is-
didn't he get nominated for an Oscar on that one?
Really?
I remember Flubber.
I think so. I remember it was a long movie. It was like almost 2 to 3 hours long. It was like a really long movie at the time.
Okay, what's the one before we end this? What's the one thing you remember about Flubber? One scene that you remember. What's the first scene that comes up to your mind?
When
It's
he's
only
in,
an hour and 34 minutes.
when he's in the
Adrian.
lab and he's like throwing the thing around, the flubber thing
Okay,
around.
okay.
I don't know. Is
Adrian?
there- yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he was nominated for best makeup and hairstyle.
Oh. Well, I
It's
remember.
just technically part of an Oscar. What was the question?
What do you remember from Flubber? The first scene that comes up to your mind.
The first scene, it is. Ooh. Ah, there's so many on that one.
Classic.
Well. Uh huh.
The one that, well, it's not really a scene, but it's where he has the flying car.
Yes,
always
that's the
remember
what.
The-
That's
like,
the
he
one.
Yeah, he would have the flying car, and like,
Yeah.
I was like, God, that's so cool.
Yep. That's the
I
only thing I
won,
remember
yeah.
from Flubber. It's only now 34 minutes, Adrian. By the way, I don't know what you think. You were saying it was that long, but it's only now.
Oh, never mind. Maybe it was because.
Oh
certain-
no! Oh no!
Bicentennial Man was 2 hours and 12
Oh
minutes.
no! I
Oh,
think
wow.
about Flubber. I think
That's
about
serious
Flubber.
No,
movie.
Flubber was short. I remember in Flubber though that he created that AI robot, and the AI robot was in love with him.
What
I
does
don't
what does
remember that.
robot know about love?
Like the little, he made like
What
a little
is love?
floating robot, and like she
Baby,
even made like
worry.
a silhouette of herself because she like pieced together like different body parts of
Okay.
like in magazines. I remember this part too.
SpongeBob
So, like-
did it.
So like she would like look at magazines and like or like the internet, and she would take. She's like essentially composing her own body from like different people.
You talking about Weird Science?
No, it's literally from Flubber.
Because on Weird Science, that's what this is the movie from the 80s.
Oh,
this
but
is
Weird
with-
Science was hot though. She was hot.
Yeah, but that's pretty much they put like a bunch of and the printer they put a bunch of pictures of of models.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
It was.
then
I
it
remember that.
came
Yeah,
to life,
they
and then
they put it like a photo of what the model should look like,
Yes,
and then they had
yes.
a Barbie,
It
and they
had
put like
Barbie. Yes.
like probes on it, and I think lightning hit
And
it, and
and
then
they hacked
magic happened.
and they hacked
Yeah.
the supercomputer.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
used supercomputer to be able to do it. And then like 5 minutes later, they're taking a shower with her, both of them, the kids, in a
And
shower.
then she has like magic powers. Yeah, yeah.
magic powers. Yeah.
So-
There was a show. I remember I used to watch the show after that.
I didn't
for
know it
Weird
was a
Science.
show.
Yeah,
I did not know
there
it
was a show
weird
for that.
show.
And I was like, this is a cool show.
Wow.
Never seen it. So in conclusion, what we come down
It had-
to.
You'd like it actually. Well, maybe I don't know, but it had Robert Downey Jr. He was an asshole in it when
Yeah,
he was like
was
younger.
he was
Yeah.
a bully. He was the bully.
Um, Who was the kid? The kid that was
Bill
in, like
Paxton.
Bill
24, and he was
Legend.
like in all those
Anthony
like.
Michael Hall.
Hashtag my president, Bill Paxton.
and Elon Mitchell.
Oh yeah, Bill
the
Paxton was in there. Yeah,
Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will Smith,
the girl was. She was really hot though.
weird
Will
looking
Smith was
aliens.
not in that.
Independence Day.
God damn it, Jason.
Independence. All right,
In
Jason,
conclusion,
in conclusion,
Social
yes.
media and AI is ruining our social skills.
Like I said in the last podcast, we're living the best life right now.
Oh
Start
shit!
enjoying
you did
it.
say that.
Start enjoying
did.
it because it's gonna get worse. It's just gonna get
You did.
worse.
Oh my
I heard that.
gosh.
Yep.
That's scary. Danny, how about you hit us with a AI/social media/social skills joke in this segment we call ba ba boom boom ba dee boom 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 ba ba boom boom ba boom 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 ba boom 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 boom.
I don't know
Last
where that
minute
button
jokes.
is anymore.
With Danny.
Sorry, I'm taking longer because I need to ask AI to tell me a joke.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
That's actually
You have to log
Smart.
in or what?
Yeah, I lost my
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT login. So sorry,
it-
Jason.
To not segue to tease next week or in a future episode. I'm scared of AI and ChatGPT. It's too smart. I'm scared for society. I'm scared that it's going to take over. I always think the ticket machine, whenever you go to a parking lot and they hands you a ticket, I used to think it as a joke because one day robots are going to take over and I'm going to be their friends. But now it's no longer a joke. It's real. And I'm afraid that they've understood my sarcasm every time I do it. So I'm dead.
Don't worry, Jason.
Thank you, Adrian. I was just trying to fill time while Danny comes up with a joke.
Oh, okay. From Punchline AI, I put I'm scared, and this is the first line it gave me. Is it over? What happened? 2. I'm scared because I'm going on a date with a guy from the internet. Oh, I was driving on the freeway and I saw a car going the wrong way on the ramp.
Are these jokes? I'm confused. What's going
It's a
on?
punchline. It's a
Yeah.
punchline.
I honestly couldn't tell if these are jokes or just statements.
Yeah, I think the chat is just giving you random sentences.
Thank you,
I'm
everybody. Oh, go ahead, Danny. Finish that one.
Last one. I put I'm funny, right? And it gives me punchline options. I'm funny and I'm also the president. AI is doing it, bro. AI
Thank you for
is
listening,
doing it.
everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining Adrian. Thank you for joining Danny. Thank you for joining Diana, Denise, everybody. Thanks for listening. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, hit that notifications button so you can get notified every time we go live because we have some fun, all of us together. We talked about social media today, and that was a good time. It was a nice conversation. I had
That
with
was
you
a
guys.
nice conversation. Yes,
Surprised
it
I joined.
was.
Surprised you
Yeah.
joined as well,
Yeah,
and
you surprised?
you gave us a lot of great insight. So we appreciate you. So don't forget, everybody, listen to us everywhere you listen to podcasts. If it's not on your favorite platform, let us know. Maybe we could add it.
Click like and subscribe. There's a YouTube channel, Sunday Morning Tangents. We need more followers. Try to get us to the 25 follower goal, please.
Thank you, Agent. Appreciate that. Everyone's better at that stuff than I am. I don't watch enough YouTube or Twitch. Thanks, everybody. Good night and good luck.